in the night. I am the hero that the internet needs, but clearly deserves. I am Casey!
I'm on the mission, the powers and call me away. I'm on the time to carry the colors again. My motivation and no past wanting to defend. To win the honor of coming back home again. No explanation will matter after we begin. I'm not the dark destroyer that's buried within. My true vocation and not my unfortunate friend. You will discover all while you're unable to win. I'll have you know that I've become.
What is up, guys? It's me, Casey. I review Kids Movie Kid Shows. And after I have to put up with a month of terrible Disney sequels, I decided to forget about all the worst. Let's talk about Disney's best. More specifically, Darkwing Duck, the terror that sucks in the night. And today, we're going to take a look at the top 10 of my favorite Darkwing Duck episodes. Enjoy!
Number 10. Blind Duck. This episode features the arch-villain Megavolt, up to no good as always. He plans to rob up a few places of energy, and of course of the Darkwing Duck to stop him, but there's only one major problem. One encounter left poor Darkwing Duck blinded, which is something that is not good. He had to make some gadget in order to help him fight crime in spite of being blind.
Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds eerily similar to the Batman the Animated Series episode, Blind as a Bat. Well, yes, the episodes are similar, but they are different. Well, Darkwing Duck is technically a parody of Batman, so there's that. And well, this episode kind of pulls off the laughs, but also touches upon a tough subject. Darkwing Duck almost quit being a superhero after several failed attempts to capture Megavolt, and that was pretty heavily hit hard, while Batman keeps going forward and still uses his tenacity to try to take out the Penguin by using some inventions. And where both failed, they decided to rely on their other senses in order to take out their foes. Yes, eventually both of them get their sights back. And well, Darkwing Duck mostly played it up for last, considering it's a parody, while Batman takes it upon a little more seriously. So yeah, I'm not going to debate which episode is better, but I am going to point this out that it's similar, and well, this is still a pretty good episode. So check it out if you want.
Number 9. Paradox. This we see Darkwing Duck and Gosalyn and travel back in time and see DW's childhood as little Drakey Mallard. And well, it's kinda cute. But unfortunately, they have to deal with Paradox problem, considering they have to deal with the villain named King, an obvious parody of Elvis Presley, who Elvis was a criminal mastermind. But fret not, Darkwing Duck's here to save the day. And of course, this gives Jim Cummings, the guy who voiced Darkwing Duck, to shine, to do a singing number. Its own version of Darkwing Duck. Who thought Jim Cummings could sing?
I'd show you the clips and the song, but you know, copyright claims. Anyway, this is a pretty decent episode. It wouldn't be the last time, or probably the first time, Darkwing Duck has tackled time traveling. And, hey, there's probably going to be more in Stone where Darkwing Duck had to deal with time travel. Or multiverse theories. Yeah, multiverse, time traveling, it's confusing. Next number.
Number 8. Jurassic Jumble. This episode features the debut appearance of Stigmut, the duck that got turned into a dinosaur. And, well, he's a big, lovable dimwit, and pretty much the Hulk of the Darkwing Duck universe. Or the Duck universe in general. I don't know. And of course, he and DW team up against an evil scientist named Dr. Fossil. And may I say he's the probably most underrated villain of all the Darkwing Duck rogues? I mean, the guy can fly, super intelligent, and he's very dangerous. So, that's what we're doing with this list. Let's get dangerous!
And of course, I'm kind of a sucker for dinosaurs. And so, this is a pretty good episode. And, well, I just wish Dr. Fossil was used kind of more on the show. Looking forward to what they do with both him and Stugmunk and the possible Darkwing Duck reboot. Which is one of the reasons why I made this list. Alright, next number.
Number 7. Toys Craze Us. I really hope I said that word right. This episode features the evil crazed toy maker Quackerjack. And while he plans to sell his toys on the market, that's right, he's trying to go back into the toy making business. But there's a little problem. His toys are not only crazy, but crazily lethal and expensive. He expect kids to buy these toys for $19.99? Clearly he hadn't thought of this whole thing through. Hey, it was crazy, I didn't say it was smart.
And the episode wasn't just about that. It was about Darkwing Duck considering giving up being a crime fighter just to be a good father to Gosalyn. Now that's some dedication right there. DW, you are definitely one of the best cartoon dads I've ever seen. Kind of funny considering it's going to be Father's Day very soon. Don't worry, I got my dad a little something. But I'm not going to say it out loud because he might be watching my videos. Don't want to ruin a surprise. Next number.
Number 6. Let's get respectable. This episode shows that Darkwing Duck doesn't get a lot of respect in the press. So he decided to change his image thanks to the help of Duck Gosalyn. But all is not well as Negaduck decides to change things up by dispersing him even more. And well, took advantage of the whole situation, setting free all the prisoners, and go on a crime spree. And thought that Darkwing Duck was now officially done for. Well, that's what he thought anyway. He shouldn't count him out just yet.
And I'm going to say this now. Negaduck is by far my favorite villain in the whole show. Yeah, forget Megavolt, forget Bushroot, this is my ace villain here. Heck, he was even better than Taurus Bulba. I just love the way he sounds when being a villain. Jim Cummings is a pro. Ooh, that's right, yeah. And just wait till you see me in the Darkwing Duck reboot where I get really nasty. Never get tired of that voice. Alright, next number.
Number 5. Try Hard. In this episode, Darkwing Duck goes against a con artist water salesman and well, who was trying to sabotage his competition. But during the skirmish, said con artist, Bud Flood, fell into a vat of uncontaminated water and became a water-themed supervillain, the Liquidator. You can probably tell by his origin and his looks, he's probably based off of the Joker and Hydro Man.
And of course, the Liquidator really likes talking like this. Welcome, folks, to Casey's Awesome Reviews. It's guaranteed to entertain you day or night, and over the weekends. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And of course, check out the channel. He talks like he's promoting a product. But more silly products of doom. I guarantee you, guarantee all your money back. Next number.
Number 3. Beauty and the Beat. In this episode, we could see the origin of Dr. Reginald Butchroot, where he became the vile plant villain. Well, villainous vegetable, I meant to say. That's what Darkwing Duck would call him. As he went from nerdy scientist to a plant-themed supervillain who aims to turn his sweetheart, Rhoda, into a plant mutant duck thing. Yeah, whatever you want to call him, but yeah, he's a mutant plant duck.
Well, Bushwood isn't a villain per se, but he's one of those reliable villains. Kind of like how everyone viewed Clayface from Batman the Animated Series. He became a villain by unfortunate circumstances. And while he's sort of similar to Poison Ivy, considering they sometimes prefer plants over people, or in Bushwood's case, plants over ducks. And well, yeah, it's a pretty decent episode, especially when we can see Bushwood's origin. And well, yeah. Next number.
Tiff of the Titans. I like to call this episode the Batman and Superman, but with ducks in it. And that's right, it crossover Darkwing Duck without a Gizmo Duck from DuckTales. Sadly, Scrooge McDuck or the Duck Brothers never appeared in this episode, but still, we got what we wanted. And it's Gizmo Duck crossing over with Darkwing Duck. That's like Superman meeting up with Batman for the first time. I mean, this is a pretty cool episode. But seeing Gizmo Duck, possibly a parody of both Iron Man and Superman, and crossing over with Darkwing Duck, and obviously a parody of Batman.
So it begs the question. In this episode, Launchman said he used to work with the same guy with Fenton, aka Gizmo Duck. What happened? Did Scrooge McDuck finally got fed up with all of the times Launchpad crashed him in places and decided to fire him for good? Did Launchpad decide to quit and move to St. Canard? Your guess is as good as mine. Alright, on to the next number.
Number 2. Darking Dawn of the Duck. Now, pilot episodes are very tricky. You gotta make a very good first impression. And this made a very good first impression. It features how Darkwing Duck first met and then adopted Gosling as he was protecting her from an evil criminal. Well, we'll get to him in a moment. And of course, that's when Darkwing Duck first met his big pal and his sidekick in Pilot, and DuckTales alumni, Launchpad McQuack, and also Darkwing Duck's roommate and best friend. And he's, well, pretty much the same he was in DuckTales. Still a heroic, dim-witted moron, and in bubbling Pilot. But he's still a great friend to DW. And well, is it just me or he's getting better with his piloting skills? I'm still wondering why Scrooge McDuck fired him. And of course, the villain is played by none other than Tim Curry. He playing the dastardly villain, Taurus Bulba. An obviously parody of the Kingpin.
And Bulba's evil plan is to steal a ramrod, use the code for said ramrod, by using Gosling, who's the granddaughter who created the ramrod, and in order to commit crimes throughout the city and country. By doing so, by using the ramrod to rob the banks. Apparently the ramrod, in the original version, can make things float and control gravity. Now that's a terrifying thought. So, I kind of like what they did the ramrod in the reboot, the DuckTales reboot, of making it open portals and dimensions. Well, that's pretty much what they can do in reboots nowadays. Anyway, yep. Great start of a pilot episode. Next number.
But before we get to our number 1, here are some quick honorable mentions. And my number 1 favorite Darkwing Duck episode is Just Us Justice Ducks.
I am a sucker for superheroes. And I'm also a sucker for superhero teams. And this is awesome. I mean, we got Darkwing Duck, Morgana, Netunia, Stegma, and of course Gizmo Duck joining forces against the evil villains of Darkwing Duck's Rogues Gallery. And who wouldn't want to see that? And I certainly would. And boy howdy, did it deliver. And this is my favorite Darkwing Duck two-part episodes. You get my meaning. But yes, first it started with Darkwing Duck refusing any help from other heroes. but he soon realized that he does need their help. But it turns out he needs to save them first in order to have them to help them. Yeah. But the heroes unite to defeat the Fearsome Five.
Consists of Darkwing Duck's worst enemies, Negaduck, Liquidator, Quackajack, Megavolt, and Bushroot, and aiming to take over the city of St. Canard. It is up to Darkwing Duck and his friends and the Justice Ducks to save the city.
And this is my top 10 favorite Darkwing Duck episodes. What do you think should have been on this list? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's all for today. See you all next time.
Farewell, friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and DeviantArt.